Day 7. Guys, like day 7 means we're a week into December. That doesn't even seem possible. Like, how is already a week into December? I'm sorry I don't have my Christmas garb. I don't know where my Doctor Who hoodie is, and I thought you guys might get stressed if I wear the same hoodie or sweater as I wore yesterday. So that sweater's in the wash. My Doctor Who Christmas sweater is, I don't know. It's probably in our laundry because I have not been keeping up with laundry. This first week of December has been a very unique week. Our middle child broke his arm on the swings at school. So that's thrown off this whole first part of December. He's fine. I mean, he has a broken arm, so as fine as you are when you have a broken arm. But it looks like it's gonna heal up, and it should be okay. There's stuff that I'm like, okay, this is just a lot of information. And on top of it, I make Isaac go into that part of things. I have him go into the doctor's office, which he's fine with. But yes, I am like, you do the doctor stuff. I'll take care of the other 4 kids. So anyway, so it's like when you're not in the office, I feel like there's details I probably don't even fully know because, just the doctor explains it and then Isaac explains it to me and probably leaves details out. So I know Jackson's fine. He should be healing up. He has an appointment coming up. I think they're going to see how it's healing up. Okay, yeah, all the right things. So, but yeah, he has a full-fledged cast. And yeah, he's surviving. He's a little, and it's his dominant hand. So I feel a little bad for the guy. Because I even was thinking through Christmas gifts. I was like, oh, we could do, oh wait, he can't color. He can't even play video games right now, which has been a bit of a challenge because he sees his other siblings. So he seems to be able to do some Legos. Legos are the big one right now. And I keep trying to convince him that reading books is super fun because that's what I used to like doing when I was his age, but I don't think he's convinced. I keep hoping. But anyway, on to today's color. I have, full disclosure, guys, I have caked it up. And I've done something I haven't done yet. My sock, yeah, it's mine. Oh wait, let's first show you it in the caked up. Boom! The light is making it look more yellow than it is. It's really a really beautiful, minty green. I'm really loving it. And yes, I already got it onto mine. I was like, I knew the video part of today was probably not going to happen until later in the day. And I was like, I don't have time to do both socks until I start filming. So we have this done on mine and I love it. And today's video will be more focused on Isaac's and the heel flap and heel turn and the gusset and all the things. So I added it onto mine. Like I said, the lighting is not my preferred lighting because it's making everything look so yellow. But I'm loving how every time I pull out a color, I love the color. I'm like, ooh, this is really pretty. I'm curious how it's gonna meld with the other colors, and it always just has worked so well. Oh, that was supposed to be the next color. I didn't even know it was, but it definitely was. So I have been really enjoying that. I kind of underestimated how much I was going to enjoy having this all planned out for me. How fun. Is this a thing? Can we do this every month? Maybe not every month, but every quarter, just get a box of tiny balls of yarn that I don't even have. It's just been really fun. Anyway, so yes, I did get this done before filming, but don't worry, we have a whole bunch to do on this. Oh, and Isaac's got his little bit of color, and then I think I'm just jumping into the heel flap. So with this one, yeah, I think so with mine, the heel flap is part of this, where his is going to be more the bottom section. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be jumping into the heel flap pretty quickly. So yeah. So yes, you missed the actual visual knitting of this, but it did get done. And I 100% know between the two of these, there will be 5 grams knitted because, oh my word, it took 5 grams just to do this section on mine, and he has a bigger foot than me. So I'm like, it literally has to take more. We definitely went past the 5 gram of yarn. And if you're wondering why I keep bringing that up, is I'm part of the knit along that we're doing it with, I'll put her Instagram. I think her name is Marta, but I don't know. And I don't know if you guys have this with people's Instagram handles or Instagram names, where it's like, I think her name. Yeah. So I believe her name is Marta. I will put her Instagram name down so you can go check her out. I love following her. Like, she's one of my favorites. She always has just fun projects, and she's a fun one. So she's hosting the knit along that I'm doing, which I will also try to put the hashtag right there. And one of the goals for that knit along is to knit up 5 grams of your Advent yarn, or, you know, your Advent that you purchase, or the Advent she did, is she created her own Advent out of all her scrappy yarn, which I think is amazing and super fun idea. So yeah, so what part of this knit along is doing 5 grams of yarn, and so yeah, that's why I'm like, no doubt about it. Boom, we're getting it today. Yeah, I'm like looking at, sorry, I'm being distracted. I'm like, how funny is that? Mine almost looks longer. I mean, aside from the heel flap, but that doesn't make sense. Oh, you know why, guys? This is the first, like, I think I knew that because I ran out of yarn. So his was just done. His cuff is shorter than mine. That's why I'm like, this doesn't make sense, because really his socks are longer. Or bigger, because they're like, you know, circumference is bigger. So anyway, that's too funny. All right, so I'm gonna add that in. I'm gonna have to decide if I want to add a little bit of the mintiness. I might do a couple rounds before I start the heel flap, just to have it like established in. We'll see. But I'm having so much fun. Yeah. Let's start knitting, because we have a lot to do before I get this all done. So right, we're about, I would say, midway through on the socks knitting, because we got the main part done. The flap is done, the heels turn is done, and then I'm just gonna be doing a few more rounds of the mint, just so it looks balanced, and make sure I use the proper amount of yarn for today. But also because I wanted to look right, so because I did just this tiny strip right there, and I think it would look a little silly if that's all of this on the front part. So it's definitely shrinking down. I'm curious how much I'll actually have left by the time we're done, you know, picking up stitches and getting everything set up. So that's the plan for the rest of this knitting, and I'm loving it. Shocker. Okay, so the question of the day is, when did you open Christmas gifts? And you're probably like, Heidi, you open Christmas gifts on Christmas. Yes, I see your point. That's reasonable, except I never did. I always grew up opening Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve evening. I was told that tradition started because my mom's mom was too impatient to wait till Christmas morning. I think that's true. I guess maybe I should run that by my dad at this point in my life. Like, that's what I grew up believing, so I'm assuming that's fact. And so that's just what we did. And then my brother and I always had stockings. My parents always had stockings for us on Christmas morning. So, and they were always super fun. And as we got older, sometimes there would be the nicest gift from them would actually be in our stockings. So like, say, little pair of diamond earrings, like real little tiny diamond earrings were actually in my stocking, like that type of stuff. So as we got older, sometimes the stockings actually had, like, if you're going with like bigger gifts or tinier but bigger gifts, or you know, like really special gifts, like little tiny diamond earrings that like I still have as an adult and will probably pass on to my own children. So it was interesting. So we got all like the gifts and it was super fun. Christmas Eve night, we'd have our gifts. And then it seemed like no matter what, one or two of us would either get a full season. Cause you know, back in the day when like you had to buy seasons on DVDs, and that's how you binge watch through seasons. We get full seasons of that. My dad almost always got a full season of the show MASH. And so a lot of times Christmas Day would be spent watching one of the shows that we got, or one of them, or like if we got a couple movies, we'll watch our way through the Christmas, or not the Christmas, but the movies that we got on Christmas Eve. And so that was a lot of times what our Christmas Day looked like. And then, like I said, we also got our stockings Christmas morning. And then most of the time, we would go to my best friend's house growing up. Like my family would go over to her family's house, and that's like what our Christmas dinner was. So that was our normal like Christmas tradition. Gifts Christmas Eve, stockings Christmas morning, go to Elisa's house, Christmas dinner. Whatever time, it was normally dinner as far as I remember. Always felt like dinner. You know, it's funny how as a grown-up you're like, my perception of time as a child might have been different of what it actually was. But as far as I know, it was dinner time. So my question to you is, my family's just so bizarrely weird because I actually didn't grow up with anyone else opening their gifts Christmas Eve. So I don't know if that's just a very weird Mendonca family tradition, which technically would be Howard family tradition because if it started with my mom's mom, but I don't even know if like it's the funniest thing. Like, I don't know if any of my cousins grew up that way from that side of the family, or if that was just this weird thing that my mom and dad picked up from hanging out with her parents. I should ask my dad more about that. Anyway, yeah, so it's so funny. I'm like, that's so, yeah. So, or maybe in some countries, maybe in some of your cultures, maybe Christmas Eve is the night to do gifts. I don't know. I would really love to hear that. I don't know if you can tell. I love cultures. I love hearing about different traditions and how different places do different things. I find it so fascinating. So, and even just like within our own country, all the different cultures and different traditions of just your house does this and your house does that, you know, and like, I just find it fun and interesting. People are interesting. I love a good story. So yes, comment down, tell me what your family tradition was. Was it family tradition or was it like cultural tradition? So I would say generally most of the people here in the USA open their gifts Christmas morning. I think as a culture, that's the more normal thing. And then you do, you know, Christmas dinner and stuff like that. I don't feel like culturally there's necessarily anything big that happens on Christmas Eve. Maybe just an extra, like, that's interesting. I've never really thought about that. I don't even know, other than it being Christmas Eve and like making sure everything's ready, like wrapping presents and stuff, right? I don't know, But I'd say on Christmas Day, that's the general time frame of, I don't know if that's just normal here or maybe that's normal most places. I don't know. So anyway, I'd love to hear what either your family tradition was or what if your culture's different, like if there's like a very distinct, like culturally we would actually be doing, maybe you guys, like I said, do something on Christmas Eve. I have friends who are from Switzerland and I know they have like some extra like things that happen earlier. Yeah, I can't even remember. I would have to re-ask them even that. But I remember them talking about Christmas and there were some like extra traditions that weren't like quite, if I remember it, on Christmas Day. I don't remember the date it was. So like I said, it's just interesting. I love all that. So anyway, let me know. Let's keep knitting. I want to get this done before the school bus comes. So, yeah, let's keep knitting because it's getting real close. fun. We've got 2 heels. I'm very excited about that. And I actually like that there's a little bit of a difference in our socks because, like I said, I know obviously his are bigger, but now I'll be like, oh, this is yours, this is mine, no doubt about it. And yeah, makes it kind of fun and different, right? Like they're the same, but different. But I'm just like ready to rip open all the colors and just add them on. I won't, I'll hold back. But I am just really enjoying how well this is knitting up, and I can't say it enough. Dana's patterns are amazing. Go check her out. Dana Rae Makes. I really, really like it. All right, I better go take a picture of these so I can post it on Instagram. And so I can finish editing all this. I hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. I was like, wait, what day is it? I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday, and hopefully see you in another video. Bye!